This is my current website. I want to show you how I went from this to the final product and everything in between. So I started out with some basic wireframes. I liked the centered layout, so I went with that. This was officially the first design for my new project. I wanted there to be business reasons for decisions that I make, so I wanted to showcase my subscription and also my custom website services. I also added a video on the left and some testimonials on the right just to see how I could add some more trust to this page. I also had a current web page that was already up on my site, which I kind of mixed with what we just saw, and that's what you're looking at right here. It was okay, didn't really love it, didn't really fit the style I was going for, so I scrapped that pretty quickly. Here I went back to the drawing board. As you can see, I'm a little bit all over the place with these designs, and that's kind of on purpose. I like to try new things. Nothing's off the table, so I played around with a little bit of a bento grid here, showcasing some of my resources on the left, and then my YouTube community on the right side. Some of my latest videos were going to be shown there. And then I also added that forest or jungly image or video in the background, which I really wanted on my new site. I wanted that to be the new brand. However, I thought it maybe took a little bit away from the text itself, and so I added a black background instead and added some vines on the outside, and they were going to be animated on loop, which kind of brings back in the jungle foresty vibe. I also like those murals on the bottom left and right. However, the execution wasn't exactly what I was looking for, so I scrapped those as well. I also added some bright background colors, which you can see. I'm not sure why I added purple, but this one is red. Again, they look kind of nice, but they weren't exactly what I was going for, so I scrapped those. I usually just do the hero section of the homepage when I'm designing out new websites. However, for this design, I decided to try out new layouts for different pages just to see how those would look. And so that's what you're looking at here. There's the development page, about page, team member page, and then the blog post page itself. I didn't actually design this one out yet, so I'll probably actually use something similar to this on my current website, although the style is a little bit different. So here I went back to the drawing board and I really wanted to showcase energy. I wanted there to be life on the website, right? And so I went with this lightning zap on the top there, maybe some energy beams going around the border of these cards. And then there's going to be, again, the trees and the vines on the outside to bring back in the forest, nature-y part of it. I also played around with the rosettes and just like figuring out how do I make energy out of a panther, right? Because Red Panther is my company name and I want that to be the brand. Just playing around with different colors here, different saturations, green and red, just seeing how those play together. You can see the button on the top right there. That's actually pretty close to how the final button turned out on my final website, which I'll share a little bit more in the future here. And then again, just playing around with different styles. Now, if there's one layout I wish I could go back and play around with more, it would be this one right here. I really like this layout. I love the waterfall. I like that moon up top. I think everything fits together really well. However, it just didn't fit the style I was going for, so unfortunately I had to scrap this pretty quickly. Again, here were just a few more iterations of this style. You can see a lightning storm up top in just a second. There it is. And then again, the waterfall and the trees and the water storm. This one, I'm not really sure what I was trying to do here. I think I was playing around with like stars in the background and I gave up on it pretty quickly, so this was just a work in progress. And then this was the last iteration of this style. This was a light versus dark mode style, just to contrast those two styles, and I really liked it. However, it didn't fit the style that I was going for, so I scrapped this one as well. Here's where I doubled down on the energy style or brand, and that's when I came up with this. Came up with the waterfall energy coming from the left side and the lightning storm coming from the right side. I just really, I felt that this fit the brand that I was going for perfectly. However, I wanted there to be a reason for it. Like, why is there energy? And so there has to be a source of the energy. And I thought, okay, what if the panther is the source of the energy? And so here's another iteration of that. And then so here's the source idea. What if out of these claws, I made these images in Midjourney, and what if out of the claws there's the energy coming out of the panther? And so that's kind of what I was going for here. And that's when I came up with, okay, let's, instead of just the claw, how about we have the paw with the claw on the end and then some sort of like energy being coming out of it. I also really like these laser beams on the outside, but they didn't really have a reason to be there. And so I had to get rid of them, but I do wish I could have used them somehow, maybe in the future. And that's actually pretty close to the final product and how the final product turned out to be. Just show you a few of the last iterations here. I think I got rid of that tree, which you can see on the right bottom side. And then this was the final iteration, which turned out to be pretty close to the final product, which is what you're looking at right now. So this is the final website, really close to what we were looking at previously. Again, I think there's life. I think there's energy. Is there room for improvement? Probably, absolutely. I love changing things. I don't like keeping things the same. So I kind of have to stop myself from continuing to redesign things. However, I will tell you one more thing here that I will be redesigning is this pricing section right here. I'm going to keep, however, I'm going to add a new pricing page specifically so I can compare the products themselves. And so when I do that, I'm going to need to redesign just a section of this hero section. And so for that, this is a very early stage work in progress. So I'm showing you behind the scenes look here. Probably not going to look anything like this knowing myself. I'll probably change it up a ton, but this is just an early stage work in progress. If you want to know how to create these buttons, I have a tutorial coming out pretty soon on exactly how to do that. And maybe we'll even add a clonable so you guys can clone that if there's enough desire for it. If you like this video or even like this style or don't like this style, let me know. We'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.